The latest, no deal reached between Trump, Kim at second summit. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un have failed to reach an agreement at their second summit in Vietnam, but talks between the two nations will continue in the future. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says the two leaders. News released by Associated Press on MSN. Trump, Kim look for right deal at nuclear summit. Hanoi, Vietnam, AP. President Donald Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un inched toward normalizing relations between their still technically warring nations Thursday as the American leader. News released by Yahoo Finance. Did President Trump and his attorneys coach Michael Cohen's false testimony to Congress? Washington. One of the major lines of questioning during Michael Cohen's 6 hours of testimony Wednesday before the House Oversight Committee focused on his assertion that President Trump's personal lawyers reviewed and edited a false. News released by Yahoo News. DeVos overhaul could make campus sex misconduct harder to prove. Will that protect the accused or silence accusers? Chicago. After a University of Chicago student reported to school officials last year that her former boyfriend sexually assaulted her, a school disciplinary board ruled in her favor and expelled the fellow student she accused. But that wasn't the end of. News released by Chicago Tribune on MSN. Virginia First Lady under fire for handing cotton to African American students on mansion tour. Analysis. Cohen's testimony could be bad news for Donald Trump Jr. Man whose wife, daughter allegedly killed son wants them in jail for life. Dem goes viral for eye roll at representative. News released by the Washington Post on MSN. Pakistan, India trade fire in Kashmir, villagers flee homes. Muzaffarabad, Pakistan, AP. Pakistani police say troops deployed in the disputed region of Kashmir continued trading fire with India overnight, forcing villagers living near the contested frontier to move to safer places even as the two nuclear-armed. News released by Yahoo News. Couple tries to stop cruise ship from leaving port. A couple frantically tried to stop a cruise ship that was leaving without them in the Bahamas after they turned up 45 minutes late to board the vessel. The couple was on a Royal Caribbean ship on February 15 when they actually missed the boat. The unidentified. News released by Inside Edition on MSN. Disney bets on a new planet to wow Star Wars fans at U.S. parks. Los Angeles, Reuters. When the Star Wars galaxy is brought to life at Walt Disney Co.'s U.S. theme parks later this year, fans will not step onto the iconic landscapes of Hoth or Tatooine. The 14-acre, 6-hectare, Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge. News released by Reuters. Johnny Manziel cut from Canadian Football League after violating contract. Johnny Manziel's comeback has come to an abrupt end. The Montreal Alouettes released a statement on Wednesday announcing that Manziel, 26, had been cut from the team following a directive by the Canadian Football League, CLA, to terminate his contract. News released by Fox News. After recent surge, U.S. stocks to make only small gains this year, Reuters poll. New York, Reuters. U.S. stocks will rack up only modest gains this year on top of a surge in recent months as a weakening profit outlook reigns in market bulls, according to a Reuters poll of strategists. The benchmark S&P 500 index will end 2019 at 2,900. News released by Reuters. Scientists discover horseshoe crabs are related to spiders. The horseshoe crab doesn't have to do much to haunt your nightmares. Their hard shell hides scuttling legs and pincers. They use their long, spiny tail to flip themselves over and they bleed milky blue blood. Think less Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. News released by CNET on MSN. How to move to a disruptive network technology with minimal disruption. Disruptive network technologies are great at least until they threaten to disrupt essential everyday network services and activities. That's when it's time to consider how innovations such as SDN, SD-WAN, intent-based networking, IBM, and network. News released by Network World. Lady Gaga addresses Bradley Cooper romance rumors. Yes, people saw love. Lady Gaga knows that her Oscars performance with Bradley Cooper was intimate and she says that's what the pair was going for. During their conversation on Wednesday, Kimmel pointed out that news released by People. A video of kids singing about how much they love Huawei has gone viral on Chinese social media. As Western governments continue to lambast Huawei, a music video featuring happy children literally singing the Chinese tech giant's praises has gone viral on social media. The song is called News Released by Time. I dance because I can. My hands are cold, clammy. They always are when I'm nervous. And I'm nervous, all right. My heart is pounding, too. I have about 30 seconds to settle myself before I swing my right leg up onto the top surface of our ramp stage set, pull hard on the news released by New York Times. Measles outbreaks, lawmakers tackle vaccine misinformation conspiracies. As cases of measles continue to rise across the United States, lawmakers met Wednesday to confront the growing public health threat. The sometimes raucous hearing, held by the House Committee on Energy and Commerce, laid out one of the main challenges. News released by NBC News. Attorney protests court move to hold officer accused in rape of boy. A lawyer defending a Lawrence cop charged with raping a 13-year-old boy in a park last summer is arguing a judge's decision to keep him locked up is unconstitutional. Attorney Gil Nason says the court has no right to hold Officer Carlos Vieira, 49, in. News released by Boston Herald. Reds run Rushot over Sox Southpaws, 11-4. It was not the best day to be a Chicago White Sox left-hander. Aaron Bummer and Caleb Furr, on paper the two best lefties out of the pen after Jace Fry, were tattooed for 4 earned apiece in less than 2 combined innings, cinching an 11-4 clobbering bite. News released by SB Nation on MSN. PETA asks Ocasio-Cortez to promote healthy vegan food policies. The animal rights group People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, has sent a letter to Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, DN.Y, praising her push for a Green New Deal and asking the Congresswoman to promote more vegan food policies. The combative. News released by Fox News. In a summit first, Kim responds to foreign journalists' questions. Some 3,000 journalists from 40 countries descended this week in Vietnam's Hanoi to cover the second summit between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump. On Thursday, at the start of the second day of high-stakes talks on. News released by Al Jazeera English.